Hello everyone. Today we shall discuss about some important questions based on electric flux and Gauss theorem. Because we have studied about the Gauss theorem, its derivation and its applications, and also we have discussed the electric flux or concept of electric flux. So it's time to discuss some important questions based on electric flux and Gauss theorem. The first question is electric flux a scalar quantity or a vector quantity? Write its SI unit. The answer of question number 1, we know that phi E is equal to E dot A. Electric field intensity is a vector quantity and area is also a vector quantity corresponding to electric and magnetic field, and the dot product of two vector quantities gives a scalar quantity. So electric flux is a scalar quantity. Electric flux is a scalar quantity. Now the second point is write its SI unit. We know that phi is equal to or phi E is equal to E A cos theta. The SI unit of electric field intensity is Newton upon Coulomb and the unit of area is meter square. Cos theta is a unit less. So the SI unit of electric flux is Newton into meter square upon Coulomb. And also we can write the dimensional equation also. The electric flux, dimensional equation of electric flux is M1 L1 T minus 3 A minus 1 is the dimensional equation of electric flux, and the dimensional equation of area is L2. So M1, this is M1 L1 T minus 3 electric flux force upon M1 L1 T minus 2 upon L1 T1. So electric flux is M1 L1 T minus 3 A minus 1 and the dimensional equation of L2, so M1 L3 T minus 3 A minus 1 will be the dimensional equation of electric flux. So this is the answer of the first question. Now we shall discuss about the question number 2. The question number 2 is an electric dipole of moment 2 into 10 raised to the power minus 7 Coulomb. This is the electric dipole moment of electric dipole is given to us, Coulomb into meter, is placed in a closed spherical surface. What is its net outward flux? This can be solved by the Gauss theorem, and we know that the net outward flux E dot dA is equal to summation Q upon epsilon naught. And we know that the algebraic sum of all charges enclosed by the surface, and it is a dipole, and we know that the total charge of dipole is 0 because equal and opposite charges are separated by the dipole, so net outward flux will be 0. And you should also remember that if a number of electric dipoles are placed in a closed Gaussian surface, then the net outward flux will also be equal to 0 because the total sum of charges of each dipole is 0. Now we shall discuss about, so the answer of the question number 2, an electric dipole of moment 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 Coulomb into meter is placed in a closed spherical surface. What is its net outward flux? And it is 0. If 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dipoles are placed inside the Gaussian surface, then the net outward flux will also be equal to 0. So this is the answer of question number 2. Now we shall discuss about the answer of question number 3. what is the value of dielectric constant for a metal? It is an informative question, and it has a very fixed value, and it is nothing but the infinite. Dielectric constant, also known as the relative permittivity or dielectric constant for a metal is infinite. So this is the fixed value, and you learn it or memorize it. Now we shall discuss about the question number 4. The question number 4 is, no electric line of force can pass through a conductor. Why? No electric line of force can pass through a conductor. Why? The answer of the question is this: because inside the conductor there is no electric field present. Because there is no charge exists inside a conductor. If we consider a solid conductor and if we give the charge, suppose we assume that the whole charge is distributed over its complete volume, but the equal charges or same charges repel each other, and due to repulsion all the charges are accumulate at the surface and no charge exists inside the conductor. Again I am explaining, if a charge given to a solid conductor, then let us assume the whole charge is assumed in its complete volume, but the positive charge or negative charge of one part repels the positive or negative charge of other part. So due to this repulsion, the whole charge accumulates on the surface and no charge exists inside the conductor. And because the charge is not present, so electric field intensity inside the conductor is also zero. So no electric line of forces exists inside the conductor. Because Q is equal to 0, so E is equal to 0, so no electric line of force. No electric line of force. So this is the answer of the question number 4. Now we shall discuss about the question number 5. A charge Q is enclosed by a spherical surface of radius r and a corresponding flux is phi. If the radius of Gaussian surface is made twice of its initial value, what will be its new electric flux? So the answer of this question we have discussed earlier also, that the Gauss theorem is not depend upon the size and shape of Gaussian surface. If a Gaussian surface is there, then it is independent of shape and size. If we increases the size and enclosed charge remains same, or if we change the shape and the enclosed charge remains same, then the flux also remains same. So if the Gaussian surface is made twice, or the size of the Gaussian surface is made twice, or radius becomes twice of its initial value, then the net outward flux is equal to same, because the charge enclosed by the surface remains same. So the question number 5, we know that integral E dot dA, this is the net outward flux, and it is equal to the ratio of algebraic sum enclosed by the surface to the permittivity of vacuum or medium. If it is air or vacuum, then we put epsilon naught, and this is the algebraic sum of charge enclosed by the surface. If we increases the size of Gaussian surface and enclosed charge remains same, then the net outward flux remains same. Now the last question for today, question number 6. The safest way to safeguard from the lightning to be inside a car. Why? The answer is that if we remains inside a car in presence of thunder and lightning, then it forms a closed chamber and it protects us from the outward electrical disturbances. So the safest way to be inside the car, so the answer is because closed car form a closed chamber and it protects us from external electrical disturbances like lightning or thunder, etc. So this is the answer of the question number 6.